Hi guys and Saba, this is Road to 2000 and today we are really close to 1900 level, so let's see what we can do and play. Let's play 4. My opponent is 1850. We play e4, knight on f3 and we go for, well, I would like to go for the Spanish, but if they play the Philidor, we can just play d4. Need to be really aggressive to open the position of red. If they take, we take with the knight. You could take with the queen, I don't suggest that. Yeah, this is a common mistake people make. Don't play h6 or h3 if it doesn't make any sense. What are you going to prevent now? This? I can't even play this anyway. You are just wasting a full time for no reason. So let's play knight on c3. We'll develop the bishop eventually. Another idea in this position could be to play bishop f4, queen d2 and castle long, which I'm going to do. Alright, my opponent is going to be pretty aggressive. This move is not good, like especially right now we still have to develop pieces and everything, so let me think. I have the check, which is not terrible, obviously. And I think I can go for it, so let's give a check. Just putting the bishop on a good square, using the fact that these also come with check, and then I want to move the knight. You could play knight on f3, usually you play knight on f5, even though they can take. Because this actually helps you having a pawn on f5, it helps you in order to attack. In this case we are not going to have a pawn on f5, because the bishop is pinned. But after they take, this pawn is going to fall. Alright, what can we do now? Still, we could take, but then I guess this falls. So what I want to do now is just taking this one. I'm going to win the pawn anyway, I have 3 attackers, so there is no way I can't win this pawn. And I figure, actually, now that I think about it, I can just win and exchange. So I'm going to take this bishop. I don't have to focus on this pawn, because not only I'm going to win the pawn now, but I'm also going to take the rook. Unless you play knight take, actually. But yeah, knight take can't be good. Come on, knight take, I take the queen. Yeah, knight take, I just take the queen, no problem. Let's play this. Now taking with the knight does make sense. Although you will probably have to play queens, which once again is not really good for you. Let's play this. Because I'm up a ton of material, of course, so playing queens is not going to benefit you. I'm going to be up an exchange probably. Doesn't look that much, but I mean, in a position like this, I have 2 rooks against the rook and knight. Always remember, the rook is way stronger than the knight. The rook is the arch enemy of the knight. Rook really suffer against the bishop, but against the knight, I mean against the pair of bishop, but against the knight, you are living the dream. So, let's play rook d1. If they give me a check, I'm going up, obviously. My opponent doesn't have enough pieces to mate me. And now we could even play f3, just preventing the knight movement, and then we have a good square for our king. Let's play rook e1, don't see why not. Alright, he wants to devour the knight somehow. Still, we can use our pawns in order to prevent the knight movement. If we prevent our opponent counterplay, we are going to have a really good time. What I want to do now is probably even use my king. Before doing that, I'm just going to play c4, once again preventing my opponent play. And then I might want to get in with the king and use all of my pieces, which is pretty important. Right, this move doesn't even make sense. Let's just play king on d3 and try to get closer to these pawns. Right, makes sense to me. So now we want to create a target. I want to play a3 and go for b4. Whatever you do, I mean, I'm just going to take and be happy with life. And if you play this, don't have to take right away. Would even play rook c4, because now you actually gave me the target I wanted. I could even play b4. Before take, and if you take with the pawn, I just take back. So yeah, b4 looks great. You give me a check, I don't have any sort of problem. And now we have the weakness I was talking about. In this case, I could even take and try to win the pawn with the king. It sometimes looks scary to use your king, but if you think about it, my opponent doesn't have pieces to mate me. And once again, if you think about it, I'm just playing up a piece basically. Let's push. Pawn was pinned. I don't want to waste time defending. Yeah, this is not a good move. You just allow me to activate the king even more. I can just take, and after rook take, now my king is monster. If you give a check, I win the pawn. I give you the chance to win this pawn, maybe? Okay, well, in this case, I don't really care that much. I'm just going to play rook on e3. I don't want to push, giving my opponent squares once again. So this makes sense. Oh, unless you blunder an exchange, but no problem. We were up a ton of material and we can still win this. Even though I messed up pretty badly, we can still win this probably with this. Let's play f4. If you go back, I could even push, and then threatening this, winning the pawn. We make a passer and should be pretty easy to win. Still the same idea. So instead of playing what did I play? Rook on the defending, I should have used the other rook, obviously. Let's play this. And now this, and it is over anyway. Yeah, you can go for this, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be up a pawn, and this is a pass pawn that is basically unstoppable at this point. Let's take with check and push this one. Yeah, another pretty useless move. Now if you take, you can't even reach this pawn. I mean, you have to play this, which is terrible. Alright, let's go up. And now you have no way to prevent this. Definitely going to win in time. We'd even play this, why not? You give a check, just go on b8. The king is cut off. And now I think you can resign, there is nothing you can do. Alright, so let's check the analysis. Pretty good accuracy, even though I could have played better, so let's see what happened. This is just theory. As I said, don't play this move. This is a mistake like a lot of people do at... I mean, usually around 1600 level, you still see this mistake. You shouldn't see this at 1800 level, definitely. This is quite a bad mistake, terrible. You should develop pieces in the opening. Those are just basics. If you don't understand basics, how can you improve? How can you get to a really good rating? I mean, if these guys, which is 1850, will follow basics, will probably reach 2000. And I surely know basis. So let's play this, and as you see, what I'm doing is just developing pieces. Easy, isn't it? I mean, looks easy to me. I'm just developing pieces. I'm not playing anything crazy. I'm following this idea because I know theory. I'm following the idea that I could castle long in this position. I know that. I mean, I'm just playing logical. You don't have to know theory to understand that this move is terrible, because after I move the knight or I give a check with the bishop, you just have this huge weakness and you're going to lose the pawn. So this made sense, and now we are just going to win a ton of material. This made sense. This was inaccurate. You just literally win the game because it's crazy easy to win at this point, unless you blunder the exchange like a stupid. But as you see, I'm just preventing the knight movement and playing pretty logical move. As you see, I'm not making any sort of mistake while playing logically, and I'm keeping all the advantage. Till I blundered the exchange once again. This was crazy stupid. I missed this. Well, somehow it happens. I can't like just play everything perfect. I could have played the rook on d3. Rook on d3 looks really fine to me. It's +6. But even defending with this is still +6. It's still completely winning. So as you see, my position was so good that it was really easy to win anyway. There is nothing my opponent can do now. The huge advantage I have in this position is that my king is crazy active. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to win. As I said, you have to use your king in the endgame, because you're basically playing up a piece if your opponent doesn't do that. My opponent is scared, is like, well, I shouldn't use the king. I don't know why, but I'm basically playing up a piece. This allowed me to shield my pawn and win the game, as simple as that. So yeah, at this point, pretty easy stuff, we just win. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and that you learned something. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video.